Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Manchester United signings tier review, right?
Yes.
Every signing since 2013
I've
ranked.
a different list.
You what?
Nothing.
Ranked in order, good, bad, medium. We've seen it on Monday Night Football, putting people like, you know, your favourite Marouane Fellaini on the red list.
Yeah,
and
I
now's
don't
your
understand
chance.
I have to take Gary Glitter off the
yourself.
list I wrote.
I'm joined by Jay Motty. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a while on it since me and you did a video.
I know, yeah. And Stephen Howson's here as well.
How are we doing? You all right?
Matching colour, yeah.
We made some good signings since 2013.
Did you not get a memo?
No, we fucking haven't.
Yeah, I did get the memo. I've got green nods. Let's start with 2013-14, the first summer window.
So what is the system
post
then?
Sir Alex
Let's
Ferguson.
explain it to the viewers.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through players that Man United have signed, and we're going to put them either
Post-Fergie.
Post-Fergie, in either green, amber, or red tier.
So we're basically just copying
red
what
means
Sky
the
Sports
transfer
have
was a failure.
Yeah.
Amber means that, you know, could go either way. Did some good things, did some bad things. Green is the transfer was a success.
Is this what Monday Night Football did? And is that their rating system?
That was their rating.
Yeah.
Right, because there was far too many people in their amber.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that.
We'll get through that because we think there's some
Because they
improvements.
didn't have
that could
one
be made
thing
there.
we've got. Stephen Howson.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go all the way back, 2013-14. David Moyes
David Moyes.
takes over the reins of Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United.
Fuck
the most
me.
successful team in Premier League
Mitigated
history
success.
is handed to David Moyes, and he buys Marouane Fellaini.
Yeah.
The first signing of the post-Ferguson era.
Where did Sky have him?
Red. I'm going to say amber.
Of course you are.
You don't want to know what I'm going to say, bro. I'm going to say green.
I'm going home.
Go on then, Steve. Where are you putting him? Red.
You're both a pair of fucking idiots.
Red.
Are you mad? Red.
Why red?
Don't just pull faces. Why, as a player
Why red?
that won 3 trophies
Why
at United,
red?
right? We haven't won a trophy in 5 years.
Why red?
He won 3 trophies. He scored some important goals. He did what we thought he was going to do. What did we think we were getting when we got Marouane Fellaini?
No, we
Yaya
didn't.
Toure?
No, we didn't. Because, yeah, we did. Some people actually thought...
Who?
Oh, actually...
No.
You think you have a big idiot to launch the ball up to get his fucking napper on it, right?
Yeah.
But we tried to play him like he was Yaya Toure.
That's not
we
his
passed
fault, is
the
it?
ball to him. Yeah, well, ultimately, when you're rating whether he was a success or not, no, he wasn't a success. You spent 30 million on him. He was the only player that we signed in one fucking window. He was an unmitigated failure. And it's
No, he
systematic
wasn't an
of
unmitigated
the
failure.
entire shit show that followed for the next decade.
You can't say he's unmitigated failure when he won 3 trophies in, 2 seasons. He wasn't 30 million, he was 28 million. And also, he played a lot of games for a reason. Lots of managers kept picking him because he was useful. And we had some good games, Marouane Fellaini. Everyone hates on him, right? Goes, he was completely rubbish. He was rubbish. He didn't do anything good in a red shirt. He scored a lot of last-minute winners, I know, because I remember seeing him. The 4-2 against the Derby, right? Talk about Yaya Toure. He bossed Yaya Toure in that 4-2. How many times do we dominate City at Old Trafford? I think it's the last time we did it. And he was a big part of that. I'm not saying he was an unmitigated success. He wasn't, right? I'll admit that. But I thought for someone who, we knew what we were getting. He did what it says in the tin. Yeah.
That's literally how you're rating him.
What?
If he's green as a fucking unmitigated
No, he's not.
success.
Because Zlatan's a green. I'm going to put Zlatan a green. His second season was a disaster, but I still think he was a good signing. So it's not he's a constant success.
Surely amber is more appropriate, though. Genuinely. Like,
Right.
he had some good games.
Would
he
you
had some
sign him
bad
again?
games.
Yes.
Fucking hell, he's mental.
That's mad.
So you wouldn't.
That is
You
mad.
take him out of that signing, right? You don't sign Marouane Fellaini. There's a chance we don't win one of those trophies. So we should have fewer trophies now.
I love that how he's worked it so that what you're
That's
saying
what you're
is-
saying. You'd have fewer trophies.
I don't think we'd have fewer trophies.
Do you think we'd won the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the Europa League without him?
If we'd have bought someone else
We wouldn't have got to that Europa League final.
Jay,
without him.
What if we'd have got
Jay, what if I
Fabregas
told
instead?
you we signed him over getting Tony
Please don't
Cruz?
tell me if we didn't get Fellaini, we'd get Fabregas, because that is mental.
Well, we might have got someone else.
That with no way we were getting Cesc Fabregas. I'm sorry. We didn't buy
Tony
Marouane Fellaini because we could have got Fabregas. We thought, tell you what, let's not get Fabregas. Let's get Fellaini instead.
Well, we thought we were getting someone, obviously. 'cause
Yeah, but
that's
we
why
couldn't
waited
get
till after
Fabregas. That's why we got Fellaini.
I just
So you
think-
can't say, oh, if we didn't get Fellaini, we would have got Fabregas. That's nonsense.
Red.
Go on, you've got the deciding vote.
I think amber. I think amber makes the most sense. He wasn't a success, obviously, because he was the sort of player that wasn't very like
good at football.
he was a clear move away from the types of players we'd had for the last 25 years. He
We
was a
probably
lump
got
it
him over
forward.
getting Tony Cruz.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. That's bullshit. That is utter nonsense. No way we could have got Tony Cruz and we
In
went,
fairness,
we'll get Marouane Fellaini instead.
I will take that back. I think the argument of if we'd have got Fabregas, it would have been better than Fellaini. Obviously, it would. So
Yeah.
maybe let's take that back. I still think Fellaini.
I'm not
had
arguing
some
that.
good games,
I'm not arguing that
but
he's better than Tony Cruz or better than Cesc Fabregas. We weren't getting those players.
He was a
The thing
symptom of
is,
the problem, though.
saying that when you say he's red, that's not to say that he never had a good game or he was never effective in anything. But what he
That's the same
represented,
with Green. It's not the same. It's the same thing.
But what he represented, the football that we tried to play because of him, and that for me was a disaster over the last 10 years. Is that era and what we became in that. And we moved away from being a footballing team to be a fucking rugby team with Fellaini in it.
I think it's indicative, it was symbolic, of what went wrong, and I get all that.
Yeah.
I just think for him, listen, I'm not his biggest fan. I don't think he was an unmitigated success. I'm not saying that.
Really? Well, that banner in there says, I'm Jay and I'm Marouane Fellaini.
Ignore that banner. But I just think, if you could go back in time, would have signed him again, I would have done. And
I still don't think that makes him a Green.
Yeah, do you know what?
And I don't think we win those trophies without him.
Because he's here for the fucking Ashley Young, Marouane Fellaini
But the thing
axis.
is,
I'm not.
We could have won other trophies with a different player. Obviously that's just fictional, but then so he's saying we wouldn't have won them without him. I'm not saying it's because of him, but we haven't won anything in 5 years. But he
now?
joined the champions of
5
England.
years.
Of course, we won a few trophies.
But he played a part in those trophies. He kept other players out of the team.
If we hadn't signed him, we'd won 3 leagues back to back. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, obviously.
Should we just split the difference
David
and go
Moyes
amber?
would have won a league
Shall we
title,
split the
wouldn't
difference and go amber?
Yeah, we got him, haven't we? Because he's
Yeah.
gone red, I've gone green, you've gone amber.
Let's split the difference.
So-
So we put him in amber. One matter.
He's amber.
The Man United's record transfer at the time.
This, for me, is an amber.
I think it might be a red,
Red.
Like, when you
He's a
talk
harsh
about,
man.
Well, when you talk about...
I was like back-to-back
I know
Chelsea
it-
Player of the Year, and we
Yeah.
didn't get any of that. We got a lovely bloke who had, again, moments, but was there ever did he win Player of the Year at United?
No.
No, I don't
Right.
think so. He won it.
I don't think there was ever like a level of consistency for him, mainly because I don't think we knew what to do with him, or we brought in managers that didn't know what to do with him. I don't even know if David Moyes wanted him.
Yeah. I don't particularly blame Mata for how he was at United. He played on the right wing for most of the time he played for United, or the right-hand side, which isn't his position. But he was our most expensive signing ever when he came in.
Yeah.
He was, like you said, Chelsea's Player of the Year. He got
best player last year.
30 assists for Chelsea the year before we signed him.
And also, he
And
was in his
he
prime.
never-
when we
he
got him,
never-
wasn't
he
When he's
never
26
touched those
or
heights,
something,
or even got
25.
close.
Not near to his prime, sorry.
Yeah.
So,
How long's he been here? Like 9 years.
Yeah. And
I don't
it's,
know, I
it's tricky
think the-
because imagine saying Fellaini is an amber and Mata is a red. That seems mental. It does. But when you
No.
think of the expectations on their shoulders...
and also, like you say, we played him, we bought him, we played out of position, we didn't put him where we should have played, we didn't know what to do. You say that for almost every player we bought post-Fergie.
I'm gonna.
Seriously, I don't think there's one where we played him, very rarely, we bought someone and played him where they should play in a system that
My
suits
colours
them.
are going to look like the fucking seats in the Stretford end.
But I think Amber, I think the only sort of slight thing that lets Juan Mata down when compared to someone Fellaini. With Fellaini, the reason I thought he was a decent sign is I expected what I got from him. With Juan Mata, I thought we were genuinely getting one of the best players in the league. Yeah. I don't think he quite lived up to that. And again, you're right, it's not his fault. But I just,
Red. Just say it.
I'm going to go Amber. I still think there's enough things in there. Like, again, winning trophies, scoring, didn't he score in the FA Cup final? I mean, just about for me an Amber. Well, not just about, solid Amber. So you said red, I'm saying Amber, what are you saying?
I don't know, because I see the
Take
obvious...
his personality out of
the
it,
obvious,
because that's what you're trying to do.
I know.
And he
I
wrote
see the
lovely
obvious...
blogs on a Monday telling us
He
that
is
he would
lovely.
hug us and he was sorry that we lost.
I think he didn't live up to expectation.
At all.
He didn't.
Red.
He just didn't. I think it.
Say
Yeah,
it.
I think
Yeah,
it
red.
should be a red.
Red.
Really.
Really?
Say it.
Yeah,
Red.
and again, it's not necessarily his fault.
Surprised. I thought you'd have gone green, actually.
Right, 14-15 then. Louis van Gaal comes in. Mata and when you look back, actually, only getting Mata and Fellaini probably fucked him, didn't it? Like, that is
Right, hang
unfair on him.
That's his fucking fault. Every single person that was around at the club say we was bringing targets and the board was prepared to sanction him. And look what they did for Louis, right?
Yeah.
He dithered. He could have had Baines and Fellaini at the start of the window for less than we paid for just Fellaini.
Yeah.
The fucking length.
That's true.
There
Right.
is an element of that, but also there was some... Woodward was all over the gaff as well, wasn't he, that summer? Like, he was...
But I think he'd have signed anyone that he could have done. I think...
Maybe there was an element of that.
Let's go start from the bottom. Daily Blind. I think red. Let's be
Amber.
honest.
I'm torn between you both.
Him and Chris Smalling made a partnership for a minute that
a
someone
minute,
on
yeah.
video might have been calling world class.
Oh, God.
Oh, mate,
So
imagine that.
Steve's defending past
Don't
Steve.
worry, we've all done it. I'm going to get the Fellaini one rammed down my throat. Don't worry about it. My one's today. I'm going to go with
He only got fucked off because David Moyes looked like Dutch people.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Daley Blind because he did
Allegedly.
the assist for that Robin Van Persie diving header for Holland.
What, in the World Cup?
Yeah, when I was
so
there.
that makes him a
I was
success for
there,
United.
so I like it. So I'm going Amber.
All right. So what? Is it 2v1 Daley Blind's Amber then?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
Come on.
Radamel Falcao,
Red.
red.
Right,
Absolutely.
come on. Yeah.
Marcus Rojo, red.
Yeah.
18 million quid. He was a bit of a
Red.
fan favourite because he's a nutter, but he was bang average.
Just a disaster, really,
Yeah.
wasn't
Ander Herrera, I would say Amber.
Yeah, Amber.
I think
he's been elevated to green by a lot of fans
Yeah, yeah.
because he spat on the City crest and he followed Eden Hazard around. I do like Herrera. I do. Do you know what? I'm going to go green.
Green?
Yeah.
No.
Again, he did what I expected him to do, and he did it quite well.
I expected more than we got.
Really?
For him.
We paid a
Yeah.
lot for him and he went for free. I don't think you can call that a success in business sense. I think he was a useful player when we played him. And arguably some of the best stuff that we got out of him was those 6 months of Ole being really good.
Well,
He was
again, though,
an
that's
integral
6
part
months
of
in 5 years.
Oh, no, but come on, like the
No, but that wasn't the only
semi-final
thing.
against Everton, the semi-final against Spurs in the FA Cups.
Yeah, that was a hell of a performance. That.
Yeah,
But to put him as a green.
Yeah, so that's why he's
for
Amber
that.
for me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just those games. Those
No.
games stand out for me
Yeah.
because obviously the big games and he turned up for them. But I think over the years, he was one of our most consistent players. I know the bar was quite low during a lot of this time. It was very low.
on the floor, Jay.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to argue on that one. But I think he did what I expected, and I think he did it well. So I'd say it was a
I
success.
think we're overruling you there, so he's going in Amber, I'm afraid.
I think we missed him.
Luke Shaw.
Fucking red. Fight
Still
me.
at the
Fight
club.
me. Fight me. It's red. 6 months in 8 years or 9 years.
They had him as an
fuck he's
Amber
been
on
here now.
Monday Night Football.
Me and him did a video, me and Dave Pritt, about 2 years ago, whatever, 3 years ago. And we both said the jury was out. And people sent that to me like a year ago going, oh, what you got to say now? I'm like, the same. Like, what's he done since to prove me wrong or to prove you wrong or whatever?
Red.
Yeah, I'm with Steve. I've had enough with Luke Shaw now. Yeah. And I don't like slagging off players, especially ones that are still at the club. I just feel like last season he was awful. He started this season awful again. Like Steve says, we've had probably 2 spells, 2 6 or 7 month spells over 8 years. It's not good enough.
No.
It's not even an Amber for me. It's a red.
Yeah, I think it's a
And
red
I know
as
I'll
well.
get a load of grief because I give Fellaini a green, but Luke Shaw I expected a lot more.
Yours has been erratic, to say
It
the
has.
least.
But Luke Shaw as well, as an 18-year-old,
To
he
be fair,
was flying.
he was banging at the drugs for a lot of this
Yeah,
time.
that's
so-
true.
I wasn't. I've been completely sober, I think, since the Moyes era. So yeah, I know it's even worse. But I think with Luke Shaw, I expected a lot more,
Yeah.
and he showed what
And
he
he
could
was
do.
fit.
Under Louis van Gaal, there was a time when Luke Shaw was amazing, and it wasn't just his injury that cost him, because post-injury, we've seen that as well. It's just not been good enough.
And at the time, wasn't he the most expensive teenager ever? Something
Probably
like
we
that.
bought him.
He's
we
not
just
lived
we just love
anything up.
smashing
Red.
them records.
Yeah, red.
All right, fair
Angel Di Maria, 3-1,
Red.
red. Right, that's end of 14-15. Let's move on then, 15-16. This is when Van Gaal's really got his feet under the table.
This is where you might get
This
a bit
is
of
when he
debate
just
going
went,
on.
fuck it.
Yeah.
At least the first year, it was like Di Maria, he got the man of the match in the European Cup final. You're looking at some of those other players. Herrera was brilliant against United. This season, he just said yes to everything that was put in front of him. Sergio Romero, I'm going to say green. He was free transfer, had more clean sheets than goals conceded for Man United, and is the best backup goalie I've ever seen. So I'm going to go green for him.
On the basis he was a backup goalkeeper, green. On the basis of him coming in to be our first choice, I don't know if he ever even thought that was an option. He can't be because he wasn't. But yeah, I can go with green with him being
He's a
Sergio
backup.
Romero, backup goalkeeper extraordinaire.
Yeah.
He was the best backup goalkeeper the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
I
Won
can
the
kind
Europa
of get on
League.
board with that because of how good David De Gea was at that
If you're
time
giving
as well.
Fellaini credit for trophies, you've got to give him credit in the
Yeah.
Europa League. He
Fucking
was played
right
every
off.
game pretty much in that.
No, but it's not just if you've won a trophy.
Did he play
you
in the
are
final as
agreeing.
well?
That's
No.
not how it works.
Did he take him out for the final and leave him in?
No, he played for the final, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He's got to be a fucking green then, according to your metrics.
No, it's not because
So
someone's
you're saying
played every
you're
game
saying
in 3
you-
trophies.
you're saying
right?
you
Let me
didn't want to
finish,
win
let
that
me
Europa
finish.
League final.
Let me finish. You're saying like, oh, because he's played well in all these games and his clean sheet record. I've seen him playing against likes of Colchester because that's who he's coming in for those games. Where David De Gea was picked at Anfield constantly. So I don't think it's fair to just go, oh, his clean sheet record makes him amazing because
Yeah.
he was coming in for a lot of League Cup games and early rounds.
He
of
was.
Europa.
Who was he playing behind?
It was, but it was
The
second.
same team that David De Gea was playing behind.
It was, but it was a second choice goalie. So I think that's what like you said with Fellaini, you got what you expected out of him. I got
Nah,
more than I expected.
I would go
out of him.
green,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying that just because he played in the final, he's a green. That's not how it works.
It was for
No, it
Fellaini.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Right, he's a green. Moving on. Memphis Depay, red. Come on.
Yeah, it's
Surely.
Red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
came in, 30 million quid, wasn't cheap either. Matteo Darmian, red.
Yeah.
Red.
He came in the first month. He was amazing, and then just didn't play for 3 years.
He was Colin Talley and Gary Neville, rapid, and then just.
No, that's a red. Morgan Schneidlin, red.
Red.
Yeah,
wasted so much energy trying to stick up for that kid.
Anthony Martial.
You've missed out Schweinsteiger.
Yeah, why?
We'll come back to it.
Oh, right, okay.
Anthony Martial.
Red.
Amber.
I think amber.
I think there's still hope for him.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on?
He's still here. He's going to play games.
Come on?
He's going to play games this season. I'll give him a chance. I think
He's had more good seasons than he's had bad seasons.
Wrong.
In his defence,
He's had 2 good seasons.
his first season, some big goals as well. The Everton
He's
semi-final.
a 19-year-old getting 15
example.
goals in his first season is not bad.
Right, so that's a good season.
Yeah.
And the one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Good season.
Yeah.
Now another one.
His second season. Pretty good. I think he's only got less than 10 goals twice. I think it's harsh to say he's a red. Like,
I think if
I
he'd have
know what
left,
you
the
mean.
funny thing is, if he'd have left in the summer, I'd have problem with you. I think the only reason I'm going amber now is because he has had some good seasons, he has scored some big goals, and he's still here, and I still have this feeling, maybe it is completely deluded, that he could do something this season.
Yep, deluded.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go amber.
I'm going amber.
Right.
Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Green. That performance against the Scousers at Old Trafford, the best performance by a midfielder against Liverpool, post Roy Keane, it's a green.
Anyone know where to book drug tests as a civilian?
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
He
You don't
dominated
care
that
about
game.
the truth.
He dominated that game.
Oh,
right?
that
And that's
game.
what it's about.
You're not actually going green, are you?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Why?
Because he was shit and he never played and he was injured.
Can I go red, please?
Yeah.
Because
Red, please, Carol.
because we bought a fucking dud, and
Yeah.
I wanted it to work so
Me
much.
too.
And again, what a character, what a leader, what a square head. No,
Yeah.
Shocking, man.
red.
What are you actually saying for him?
I would give him a green just for that game, but I'll give him an amber then. Just for that game.
You've been outvoted, I'm afraid it's a red.
Right, okay.
He was past it, wasn't he?
He was past it. I mean, yeah, he was done, but he still gave us that one game and it was amazing.
He was. Right then, let's
Judge
move
it on
on.
whether you'd buy them again.
Would you buy him again?
Would you
Yeah.
do that transfer again? That's what you need to think of.
If you're giving it a green, you would do it again.
Yeah, I did. It was shits and giggles when we got him, wasn't it?
Right, let's move on to the
Motivation's zero, way off.
16-17 season. And
It's not that deep.
this is the Jose Mourinho era. Now, looking at this window, even looking back at that,
Yeah.
that is 4 heavy hitting names.
Go on.
I'm
name
still
them.
surprised.
Tell the people.
So let's start with. I'm going to start with Eric Bailly, actually.
Yeah.
34 million quid.
Yeah.
It's, for me, got to be a red. He's just not.
I'd give it an amber because he's funny, innit? It's a laugh.
Some of the logic going into yours.
What? Mate, it's been depressing watching United. He brings a bit of happiness to us. And also, don't forget, again, the other game against the Scousers, the Marcus Rashford game.
would you do the
I know he scored
transfer
an own
again?
goal, but he was minced.
Would you do the transfer again?
There you
Would
go.
you do the transfer again?
100%.
Would you do the transfer
Of course
again?
not.
Right.
He's,
yeah.
he's, he's
No.
35 million
Red.
quid for a player that has
Red.
never been a first teamer.
Red.
Red. Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Do you know why I'm going
Was-
to go
was
red?
pretty
Do you know I would give
pivotal
him,
for the
I would
Europa
give him
League
an
run.
amber because of the Europa League, but I kind of feel like you have to give him a red because he also played a part in Alexis Sanchez coming here.
Oh,
Right.
I'd forgot that.
Yeah.
He was red anyway. Now he's red.
Now he's dark red.
Yeah, because that was the worst signing ever. Not
Yeah.
to do any spoilers there, but
Well,
Again-
I'm fucking skipping ahead, mate. I was well intrigued about what you were going to say for him.
Again,
No.
The way it's
37
fucking,
million
the way
quid
some
as
of
well.
your picks have gone, I had no idea what you was going to say for
listen,
Alexis
this
Sanchez.
isn't like some serious analytical debate. You have reasons why you like players. Sometimes those reasons are emotional and not logical. And I liked, Bastian Schweinsteiger. I had a bit of a soft spot for Fellaini. I have a little bit of a soft spot for Eric
I think
Bailly.
it's called a soft spot in your skull.
Yeah, that's true.
Henrik Mkhitaryan, red.
Red.
Yeah, sorry.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
I will go green.
Yeah.
He had 2 seasons, one of which was basically a season off. But that first season was excellent. Not faultless, because there were, some flaws there. But he was the type of player who you were proud to have as your player and
Yeah.
you could believe in.
Can I get the criteria for red, green, and amber again, please?
Yeah, red is
Well-
a failure, just a failure. Didn't work out. Amber is someone who had some good parts and bad parts, maybe a bit on the fence. Green was a success, and to use your term, which I think is a good one,
What do you
you'd
again?
sign him again.
I think I'm going to have to give him a green.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a green.
Yeah.
And also, unlike a lot of players on this list, the reason his second season was so bad was because he had a cruciate injury and was then coming back from a cruciate injury.
At like 38.
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't just be shit for a year.
Yeah.
His performances were reduced because
His
he'd been out
attitude
for a
did
year.
go a bit west.
It
in the
did.
second season. But I think that's
I think the dressing room lost something as well when we lost him.
Yeah, me too. I
think he's very good buffer between Jose and the players, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a green. Paul Pogba.
Red. And move on. Would you do it again?
No, so he's not a green. I think he might be an amber.
You're off your fucking meds. He's played 50% of the games in the last 2 years. That's a no off that alone.
A big part of this for me is what you expected with these players.
It's fucking.
Do you know what I mean?
It's double mega red.
Because with certain players, I didn't expect a lot from them, and they did what they said they were going to do. Herrera,
Close your eyes. Stormzy. Music video unveiling. Fucking red, Joe.
I think, my expectations were so high that he just didn't live up to them at all.
No.
And what annoys me a little bit about Pogba is you could see how good he is. How good. That player on his day was amazing. Yeah. Injury is a big part of it. I've always said that with Paul Pogba.
The consistency wasn't there. I don't think it was down to ability. I think he actually got treated very unfairly by a lot of the British press he had that season. Was it the 18-19 season, where he literally led every single metric for the club?
Yeah.
And that was consistent in that season in isolation. But over his time at Manchester United, and you add in the expectation, red.
I don't know. I'm veering a little bit towards amber because of some of the things you mentioned there, like the way he got treated as well was a bit out of order.
See, you're just trying to rag in the emotions because you want to fight the press, but ultimately you ain't signing him again. If I go, listen, before I give you this money, here's how it's going to go, and it's not going to deviate from this, you go, no.
He
won trophies though.
So, I mean, he did win,
and he scored in the Europa League final. Won the League Cup. Won the Europa League.
But then it ends at 2017, doesn't it? And he's here for another 5 years.
Yeah, if he'd have left after 2 years or 3 years, I'd be saying.
Do you know what the bad thing about Paul Pogba? It's not all his fault. Some of those injuries came at crucial times. Yeah. Like the time when we looked like we had a title challenge under Jose, he gets injured and we don't really recover from that. The time under Ole where we were sitting near the top of the league or at the top of the league, him and Bailly had been superb, both get injured. Yeah. And I feel that sort of undermined him. So
yeah, I think the fact that he failed to do anything of real note for the last 4 seasons means he's a red.
Right, who's next?
Moving on to the 17-18 transfer window. Still Jose Mourinho at the helm. This time we'll start with Victor Lindelof, the only one of these players that are still here. We'll start with Victor Lindelof, centre-back extraordinaire. Benfica's, basically the centre-back that Diaz, Ruben could have been.
Fuck.
The band,
interesting one, Victor Lindelof, because the public opinion has swayed on him so much. When he first came in, shit, not good enough. Yeah. Then he had that whole Juventus thing where he was really good against Juventus. Then he played every week, people loved him. Yeah. Then he was pretty good under Ole. And then again now he's sort of, everyone's happy for him to be 3rd or 4th choice.
Yeah.
I think it's an amber probably for Lindelof.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
You both have your fucking tits, I swear to God.
What is it then?
It's red. The guy's been here since fucking 2017. He can't establish himself as a first choice player. He's fucking red. He didn't come in as the 4th choice centre half, did he? We didn't sign him and say, this little fucker with his crazy misses is going to be our 4th choice centre back that we really need for the next decade. We signed him thinking this guy was going to have Ruben Diaz level sort of impact, right? We didn't get that. He's a fucking red. You're not signing him again. Why would you spend 40 million on a fucking backup centre half?
It's ridiculous. 30 million. And secondly,
cost of living's gone up, Jay. That's 40 million in today's money.
Right. He hasn't been back up. He's been playing more or less every week. Rafael Varane's made us biscuits, and we've only just bought Lisandro Martinez.
If everyone's fit, does he play?
No, but everyone's never fit. That's the point.
Next question.
I think it's an amber. I think he's been all right.
You two are soft as fuck.
And also, there's been times when Victor Lindelof's been very good for Manchester United. Yeah. The Paul Pogba good season, Lindelof was very good.
Then when he shaved his head and everyone thought he was rock hard for a bit, that was decent.
He's not been great. I'm not going to pretend he has.
No, yeah.
I just feel it's amber.
Yeah, me too. You're outvoted on this one today, I'm afraid. Let's move on. Next one we can all agree on. Alexis Sanchez.
Red as fuck.
It's maybe the reddest transfer in the history of football.
So red, it's blue.
Still reeling from the effects of the reason we can't sell David De Gea is because of Alexis Sanchez.
Alexis Sanchez is the worst signing, not just in Manchester United's history, in history.
Yeah.
He's the expectation and what we thought we were getting. I thought he was going to push us towards the title challenge.
Yeah. And I was thinking like 25, 28 goals.
Yeah.
Our club is still reeling from this transfer.
He's just awful.
He got forced,
Yeah.
He got man of the match against Yeovil.
And then we paid half his wages to play
that
for
was
Inter.
literally the high point.
Yeah. No, actually, the high point.
Where is he now?
The 3-2 against City,
I'll
he
give
was
you
good
that,
in that game.
yeah.
The one where Pogba scored twice.
Remember,
Sanchez
so
got 2
Inter,
assists
didn't
and he was great.
Where is he now?
He's either at Inter or
Cost cutter.
somewhere else. Is it Marseille now?
Who the fuck knew that?
No
Marseille from the back.
Right. Let's move on then. That's a very easy one. Nemanja Matic. Red.
It's Schweinsteiger, but taller.
He's better. He was better than Schweinsteiger.
And cost a
Matic
fortune
had some
more.
really good games. If you're airing, if we had the conversation about Herrera being an amber, I think you have to have the same conversation about Matic. He was part of that same.
I think he's been worse, and he cost more.
He did cost more.
I'm a little bit disappointed when Matic first arrived. He looked like the real deal. He was chatting to everyone. He seemed to organise.
When he played every week, didn't have a night off.
Yeah, he was organising us, and he was a DM, an actual DM, which we didn't have. Who could read the game and pick a pass.
Dribble as well.
Yeah, he could. He was good on the ball, and I think we always saw glimpses with Matic. I am almost tempted to go amber myself, just because I think that. There was good games. There was a lot of times when we needed him as well. And in that spell, I know it was only a spell, under Ollie where things were rosy. He was a big part of that. It's just
So was
like,
Pogba.
Yeah, I think for me,
for the problem, like you say, he wasn't pennies, was he? He was quite.
Would you do it again?
Signing.
Buying like a 29-year-old, however the fuck old he was, Matic for 40 million.
And do you know the other mad thing as well?
28 till he's
Do you know
29.
he was given the whole, his legs have gone.
Jay.
He was 31 when his legs went. That's like George Best.
Not the age. George Best retired at 26. Get it right. It's the mileage.
It was a metaphor. That was
well,
obviously purposely pushing it too far for the sake of making a
fucking
point.
incorrect, Joe.
He doesn't like metaphors
No.
and jokes on it. This
No.
is serious business, Stephen. He's not
Yeah,
messing about
exactly.
with any humour.
But what I mean is, he got old way too young. I'm not having it. Red.
It's not the age. It's the miles.
Yeah. Right, go red then. I'm not. That,
Also, did George
in-
Best retire at 26?
I mean, he was still playing at like 40, kind of.
Yeah.
He's playing for like
He went to
spent 50
Orlando
quid
and
each
all
playing
that.
for like
didn't he?
Dunstable, wasn't he? And,
Yeah.
and like
But
the
but
swinging
actually-
spot and pub team.
The story of why he played for Dunstable
Is for another video.
Is fucking brilliant.
Romelu Lukaku. Come on. Save that for the brew. That's perfect. I love
You
that.
can't keep saying every time he says anything, save that for the brew.
He's talking about George Best signing for Dunstable.
Who was the manager?
Oh, Barry Fry. Yes, look down there, you see.
Hey, look at him like that. I
Hey.
don't know who by Fry is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do. He made
Pathetic.
fries, chocolate creams,
right.
peppermint
He's done-
creams.
he's done us that.
I'm not an idiot.
He does know he
Turkish
is.
delight in that.
Yeah, go on
Romelu Lukaku. At that point, Man United's most expensive ever striker.
Red.
Yeah, I'll go with red.
Can I remind you, in his first season, he got 27 goals.
Yeah,
for Man
can I
United.
also remind you,
Can you imagine
that
he
in
got
that
fat
first
and
season,
fucked off? Yeah,
he scored
red.
9 in his first 10 games, then scored 1 in his next 9. Also, didn't score against top 6. Also, set up 2 goals for City in the derby.
Can I just roll you back? The not scoring against top 6, fucking irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant when you're trying to challenge for titles.
It's
and you want
irrelevant
him
because
to turn up in the big
no
games
one
because
ever
you spent
no one ever
78
says
million quid.
Marcus Rashford is shit, but he scores against the top 6.
Yeah,
It's never given us a flip side for anybody
Yeah,
else.
Drogba has.
Yeah.
Drogba scored in finals
Oh,
and
fuck
big games all
Drogba.
the time.
Drogba had a season where he scored 5 fucking goals.
I've
Fuck
always
him.
said that
Still one of the
Marcus
most
Rashford
overrated
turns up in
fucking
big games
players that's
all
ever
used
played
to
in the
anyway.
fucking league. Him and Steven Gerrard.
Lukaku, red.
I think so.
Yeah, all day.
Got to be. Right, moving on to the 18-19 season then.
Fucking
this
Christ.
This is the final sort of swan
Jesus
song of Jose
fucking
Mourinho.
Christ.
Where things really fell apart. Lee Grant, red. Just didn't do it.
Yeah.
I got no evidence to base this.
Diogo Dalot,
Red.
red.
I'm going to go amber just because he's still here. I still like the kid. Give him a chance, sort of.
You're a mess, Jay. Red.
Sorry.
Fred.
You won't be saying that next time he gives
And
us an
I'm
interview.
going to say red for Fred. I think he's become overrated. He's become overinflated because he's next to a player that's worse than him. Fred has got some of the worst positional awareness of anyone I've ever seen. He can't pass. He can't shoot. He's decent at intercepting and tackling, and that's it.
Do you know the way I see him run around the pitch terrifies me for if he's got a driving license.
I would agree with you, but he shook me hand in the mix zone the other week, so I'm going to go amber.
The nepotism on this channel. Honestly.
It's my opinion.
The justification behind Jay's picks
Because
is
the thing
honestly...
is, if we go back to that fundamental thing, would you sign him again? That signing is one of the reasons
for
Jose
50 million quid.
exploded.
50 million quid, Jay.
3 million.
All right. But 50 million
Yeah.
quid should be getting you I start because I'm worth 50 million
Yeah.
quid. Not
Come
like, hey.
We've made
listen,
do with Fred.
We ironically cheer when he shoots, Jay. It's a fucking red all day long.
Yeah.
Lunatic.
Again,
He's happy, he's
personality-wise, I like
We had a
him.
little giggle.
He's
But we're here for
he's
football, not for would he be all right on the
he's,
lash.
He's a bit better than McTominay, but he's not getting in any other top 6 teams midfield. He just didn't. I'm afraid to say.
Listen, I have my system, you have yours.
Okay, let's move on
Ours
to
is logical, yours is
1920.
mental.
Yes, I'm not denying that, Steve.
Okay. Some
Oh
big
my
balls in it.
God!
Now we're on to the Ole Gunnar
It seems to
Solskjaer
get
era,
worse,
as you will
doesn't
see
it?
on the screen in just a second.
We paid 10 million for
Enter
Gaal.
Solskjaer, the man, the myth,
The maestro.
the super sub. Dan James, 16
That's
million.
not where it starts.
We'll come back to that.
Right.
Dan James, 16 million.
Fucking ready was gash.
We sold him for profit.
That the Glazers
Yeah.
probably bought a new house with.
Yeah, that went in dividends. Red. Not here for profit, we're here for football.
You know what? I'll give you an amber because of the Etihad.
Oh, fuck off, Jim.
Kept winning at the Etihad.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Still a red.
So, sorry, I didn't. My analysis isn't as on point, but he did.
He has won
He
more.
was shit.
There's a point where he'd won more Manchester derbies at the Etihad than Pep had.
Yes,
That's pretty decent.
the real quiz.
No, hilarious. He's shit.
So that's why it's funny.
Right, yeah. We don't mean you're not signing him again, are you? Let's do that
I
Dan
would
James
sign
thing
him
again.
I would,
Fuck
just
all
for
the
the
way
wins
off.
at the Etihad.
So it's a red. Sorry, I outvoted there. Odi Nigalo.
Who? Oh, Gaal.
Fucking hell, what does that say? I didn't mispronounce that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I said it
That's how you say
right.
it.
Odi Nigalo. Oh,
Oh, hey,
I
what?
forgot about him.
it's a red, isn't it?
Yeah, I bought into him. Do you know what? Like,
We like him, it's a red.
the assist in the derby and all that at Old Trafford aside, it didn't really happen, did it?
No.
Come on. What are you
Is
going?
this the one where
Are you-
Steve's
I
gonna
want you.
go?
Yes.
Go on,
Come on.
Steve. Say
I want you to
green.
do vibes.
Say
You've done
green.
nothing but analysis all through this. Come on.
I liked him, man.
Go on, Steve. Give him a green. Go on.
Fucking.
Come on. I want Steve
So
to be
wanted
just
us to have a
old school
Nigerian
Steve.
nightmare, mate.
Yes. Go on. Go on, my son.
I think it's orange.
I'm with him. I'm joining.
Get him in!
Right,
Best
Igalo's-
striker we've had in a decade!
I think he's a red. These two think he's an amber. It's going in amber.
I love the fact we're going to have like Lukaku on red or whatever and Gaal on amber.
Oh, no.
Expectations.
It's genuinely
I'm with
embarrassing.
him.
From the fucking Chinese Super League, and he actually scored a goal.
And also,
That's fucking exploded everyone's minds.
His Instagram, right? His Instagram was ace, and also that goal against Lask, where you were absolutely blaskabooed, as you would say, was hilarious. That was one of the
was.
funniest nights I've ever watched. It was. So yeah, give the kid a-
Is that when we ended up in the Fitzroy? R.I.P. to
yeah,
Fitzroy.
you did, and that's the one where we did the Spurs preview that we did as a patron for your channel because it was so bad because you were leopard and you went to me and Macca. We've done 2 bottles of rum in here, lads, and me and Macca like neither of us has been drinking. It's just you.
I had a few.
Sorry,
I had a
you
fair
helped
few.
him out.
Right, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, red.
Fucking red.
He was all right for a season.
He was all right for a bit, and again, he's had some good games. He had Sterling in his pocket, but even I can't give him that for that.
No, red.
And especially the expectation, 50 million quid is quite a lot for a fullback. And his form fell off a cliff. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go red. What are you saying?
Who are we talking about?
Wan-Bissaka.
Fucking red, yeah.
Right, okay.
Bruno Fernandes. I think green.
Green.
Yeah, it's got to be green.
He's
I mean,
not-
you're trying to be hipster if you're saying,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, actually gives the ball away a bit too
The
much.
eye
He nearly
test.
broke Cantona's fucking record for goals and assists at the start of a campaign. It's green.
Yeah.
He absolutely
And also-
flew out the game.
And also completely
Expectations as well.
revolutionised.
I did
Man
not
United
see
when he came
him.
in.
When we got beat off Burnley, we bought him. I did not think that was the answer to our problems to get us in top 4. And we finished 3rd.
Yeah. Harry Maguire.
Red. Not only the fact that he's a fucking terrible footballer, but the fact that he's become our captain and now he's the leader of the I'm sorry, we'll be better next week brigade. Like, he is symbolic of all of this fucking wibble that's happened in the last decade. It is red. It was red on the price. And I am fucking sorry for any time that I ever thought he was a capable footballer. He clearly is someone that can play off the back foot in a team that's shit, and that's where he needs to go back to. But Manchester United, being a front foot facing team that wants to defend on the halfway line, needs to get rid of him because he's fucking incapable, and I don't think he's anywhere near got the ownership ready to play for Manchester United, let alone be our fucking captain.
Interesting.
I'd say 2 things to that. I kind of agree with him. I think if we'd have paid, I think you've made this argument, if we'd have paid 40 million for him, it'd be a lot different. But I think the fact he was the most expensive defender ever.
But I think the problem with that is
It makes
we
it
need to
worse.
separate price tag with expectation.
I don't think you can, though.
No, but
because if
obviously,
you buy
no, okay, but
Paul Pogba for 90 million, whatever it is, 89 million, you expect
yeah, but
something. because of
Falcao
that.
came in for free, and we still had high expectations.
Yeah, but
so you can't say price equals expectation.
That's a bit of an
Obviously,
outlier,
it plays
though,
a
isn't it,
fact.
with Falcao?
But I think Harry Maguire is an outlier the other way. Paul Pogba was high expectations because of the price, but also because he'd been one of the best midfielders in the world at Juve.
Yeah.
No one thought Harry Maguire was worth 80 million quid. So it's
Some couldn't because he's trying to check.
obviously, but no person in their right mind or watching him thought he was worth that.
No, he
and
wasn't.
It's not his fault.
We overpaid for him.
Exactly. So the expectation isn't 80 million quid defender. Unfortunately, that's the fee. The expectation is good defender that will improve Man United, which he did.
We paid more for him than they paid for Van Dijk. And it was after that. And the expectation actually was that he could have the impact that Van Dijk had. And I'm going to say I don't believe he did.
I don't think he did either. I think it would be an amber. Personally, because I think he's had more good seasons than bad, first of all, at United. And also, I don't think the expectation was, you're the best centre-back in the world.
No, it wasn't. But the expectation was a lot better than what he's been.
It was. I agree that it was.
Because, like I say, I think the narrative would have been different if he was 40 million quid. The narrative was wrong because of the price we overpaid and the fact he was given a captaincy. But, you know, as a defender and a captain of Manchester United, you can't just have a season off.
If we'd have got him on a free transfer and I fucked him off, looking at some of the performances.
But almost everyone on this list has had at least one season off.
I think for him though, he had a good first season. Second season, it took him 2 months to get going after the Mykonos thing.
True.
Then the third, and he got injured towards the end of it. It's not his fault, but he did. Then the third season, he was just pretty poor, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was shit.
And I think there's other things with Maguire that have let him down a little bit. The fingers in the ears, some of the nonsense. Like you saying, I know it's only social. He's probably not even in, but he just does seem to have this aura of sort of tragedy about him.
I wish he had the fucking stones to stand up and say, fuck you, like a man, right? Yeah. But he don't. Like he did the cupping of the ears thing, right? Not because people was criticising him for not scoring fucking headers against Andorra, right? And then he comes out and goes, I wasn't trying to silence anyone. Own it! Yeah. Just say, you fucking slag me off.
Bullshit.
Bosh.
That was complete and utter lies.
Say it with your chest out, 100%.
Just own it.
I'll be honest, he's very much at the low end of amber. I don't think he's like, I think he's been...
Yeah, it's amber like the fucking...
Recency bias has been shit.
Like the prostitute district in Amsterdam.
Yeah. Red. We're going red?
Okay. I'd go red. I think because now, I think it's almost like it's detrimental to the team. What's going on with him? The fact he costs so much, I still think it's an issue for Ten Hag. I do. The fact that he's the captain, I know Ten Hag's made that decision, but I just feel like it's hurting us. And I feel like if he had left in the summer, it might have been better for all concerned.
I don't necessarily think he might have made that decision, but I don't necessarily think there is a right decision in that.
Right, okay.
Because I think even if you strip him of the captaincy, there isn't an obvious captain.
No. The obvious one was Ronaldo, and look at him.
Yeah.
So I do think though, Maguire, there's still, maybe you'll say it deluded. There's still a little bit of hope that he could turn this around because we have seen good season, a very good season.
Not with a high line, we had. It was that Tottenham game, that 6-1, where I went, can't do this. He cannot do this.
I mean, yeah. Martial shouldn't have got sent off either. Right, moving on to the 2021 season then, fully into Ole territory, which again, this is essentially the transfer window, even though it was a year later, that I think cost Ole his job. Yeah. I think we finished third the year before this. Somehow he finished second with this group of players, but really, I think the decline and the beginning of the end started by not backing him properly. Edinson Cavani, red.
Yeah, do you know what? I hate this all great guy, cult hero, had all them chants and everything. Right, he had a decent first season. He still missed a lot of the games. He got suspended for that Instagram stuff.
17 goals. He didn't exactly score 50.
He missed 9 out of 10 games at one point. Did all right. I admit that. I liked him. Second season, disastrous.
Piss take.
Took the mick. Trained all week, then didn't want to play in the derby. Just didn't turn up. Couldn't be bothered. Now and again, you get an appearance out of him. He just tossed it off for a season. Yeah. And for me, that's a red.
Yeah. Steve?
Good song, though, wasn't it?
Was a good song. 2 good songs.
The chip
against Fulham, and on the way to that 1-1 draw.
Halfway time.
Come on.
Here's Southampton.
Red, amber, green.
And see how fit he is.
I'll give you that one.
He's attractive.
Could ride a horse.
That's true, actually.
Have any of our other signings have been topless on a horse?
No. Good point, that.
Alex Stepner?
I haven't seen a picture.
No, okay, fair enough.
You already outvoted, so
Go on, doesn't matter. Go on.
Get it out.
Go on.
I think if we hadn't signed Ronaldo, you wouldn't have got the kickback off him like you got last year. And much like his fucking Fellaini argument, I think we'd have won the league last year if we didn't sign Ronaldo.
Wow. So, because he was shit, but it wasn't necessarily his fault, you're not going for a red?
No, I think because we took his fucking number off him.
You didn't give Martial that excuse.
No, he got a red.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? He's been here millions of seasons.
Yeah, but he got his number took off
Do you honestly think he cared?
Who?
Cavani back number 7 at United.
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
No, of course
I
not.
think
But
It's a
I would
red.
say,
Come on, Steve. Don't
right,
be silly.
You're looking at the negatives, right?
Go on.
You're looking at the games he didn't play.
Yeah.
But look at the games he did play.
Yeah,
And
last
was
season
a
when he played
fucking
loads of games
solid
and
8
scored
out
3
of 10
goals.
in every single fucking game.
No. The first season he was. Second season he was shit.
Yeah, it's because we signed Ronaldo.
Oh, right, okay. And therefore, Cavani has no role to play anymore.
So what, you going amber?
Steve isn't going to reveal his answer on this one, but it's a red.
I'm going to plead the fifth and just say...
Yeah, you've never done that in
I
your
love
life.
you,
Go
Edison.
on.
No, I would have said Amber.
All right.
Unbelievable. Facundo Pellistri, red. Not even played for United.
I'll give him hope. I'll go amber. Still hope for him.
Based on what?
He's had some good pre-season games.
Right. Steve?
Red. Fuck
Right.
off, Jay.
Alex Tellez, red.
Red.
Just not very good.
he's
It's better than Luke Shaw, but it's a low bar.
Amad Diallo.
Red.
I'll go amber again. 'Cause he's a youngster, he might come good.
I know, but the signing that's been made, we spent 20 million up front on him with a possibility to go up to 40 million euros. 40 million euros for what? A failed loan spell at Rangers?
That transfer window was bonkers.
Keep it in the fucking team
I know
in Scotland.
It was nonsense. Like, I don't know what we were thinking when we didn't buy DM and bought all these players for quite a substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
But I just hope with the likes of Pellistri and Diallo, they'll come good one
I'm
day.
not ruling that out,
Yeah.
but so far it is red.
All right, so far, I'll give
Yeah.
that. I'm not going
And
to.
Red. It's red.
Donny.
It's fucking
Van
red.
der
Red.
Beek.
Donny van der Red Beak.
Yeah, it's red in it. Come on. There is
What do you mean?
there is
What
no-
do you mean?
Why is
What
this
do you
hesitation,
mean?
Jay?
What the fuck
There's
are you
no
doing?
possible
Why are you sitting there with
argument.
your fucking arms folded?
Absolute bullshit.
Why have you both got so angry when I'm going to agree with you? What is up with you both?
Oh, is it a red?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right. Moving on then to the 21-22
Since when have I been
window.
Donny FC?
Ready to fight you.
The final window we'll talk about here because obviously it's too early to have a go at Martinez and
is it?
Malacia. So moving on to the final window. Now, this was the one that to me, before the season started, is almost a perfect window. We needed a backup. We needed another centre back. We needed a winger. We needed a striker. We signed some of the best in the world at all of them.
A fucking X-ray vision.
I'll start with Raphael Varane.
Whoa, that's not where it starts.
Here it is. I want to do him last.
Who?
Tom Eaton.
Oh, you're going with Tom Eaton?
Green.
Is his mate in
Did
it?
he put a foot wrong?
Are you picking him as green because he's your mate?
Might do.
Right, that's
The
good.
nepotism
That's what I
on this
hear.
channel.
That's what I want to hear.
You tell me a fucking bad game he's had.
You tell me a game he's had.
He's come on a free transfer and he's not put a foot wrong and he hasn't fucking rocked the boat.
You
and you
can't.
see him out here fucking chatting
You
shit.
barely gave Romero a green.
Can I ask you a question?
Did he give him a green?
Yes.
Right.
Can I
then.
ask you a question?
So shut up.
Do you think one day he might come on the channel?
Oh, yeah.
Right, you're green.
I've been outvoted, but I would say red.
Well, you won't get
Oh, based on what?
You won't get
What has he
certain
done for you to judge?
Exactly.
But that he's there.
My
not for
default
that.
is red.
He is there.
The greatest
as backup,
story in Manchester United's history has been the return of Tom Eaton.
right?
That is the best narrative
You're-
ever.
In fact, last
A
year he was
disgrace.
back up to the backup because Dean
When
Henderson
Tom
was
Eaton
here.
came
wasn't he?
back, was it
Dean
the
Henderson
European
was
game
here,
when
right? So
came
he was
on
back
that
up,
pitch?
back up.
I have never seen Old Trafford as elated.
Do you wanna know
as when
why Tom Heaton's a red?
Heaton,
Do you wanna know why
the
Tom-
king
Yeah.
returned?
Do you want to know why Tom Eaton is a red?
Savage, Tom Eaton, just 3 United youngsters making
I'll tell you why he
debut.
goes in
Yeah.
the red category right now. David De Gea is awful, and he still starts ahead of Tom Heaton.
Not anymore.
That's why he's a red.
Moving forward, you are going to see the
Hey,
era
you'll see.
of Tom.
Tom Heat won.
Exactly as Michael would
Okay,
say.
I'm outvoted. It's green
Yeah.
for Tom Heaton.
Yes, get it, Jay.
Because
Bullying.
these two have got absolutely no backbone whatsoever.
We're honest and loyal.
Moving on, Raphael
his
Varane.
mate.
I think it's a red.
Right, if you're going to do what you did with me with Diallo and what he's done so far,
Yeah.
then so far it has been a red.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is one of the best defenders on the planet. And he's
Supposedly.
been bang average when he has played, mostly. He's had a couple of good games. And he's not played most of the games.
Yeah.
So,
Red.
based on that,
I don't think there's an argument.
because I would have given him an amber, because again, I think he can come good. But you're saying, no, it's not about what he can do, it's what he's done. Do you know what thing? One thing that I'm going to say. He says, would you sign him again? I probably would still sign him. 'Cause I still think there's a
Yeah,
player
because
there.
we're left with fucking everyone's favourite fucking Lindelof or fucking Harry Maguire. Of course you'd sign him again. Still a red though.
I think it's a red.
Right, fine, red.
Varane, red. Cristiano Ronaldo,
Red.
red.
I don't know, man. I'd probably go amber. He did score a lot of goals last season.
Oh, if you want to
He
use the
did score.
Lukaku argument about going on barren spells, he barely scored between November and January, whatever it was.
But he
then he gets
still-
2 hat-tricks to...
I think the hindsight is United should have got a younger striker.
Yeah. Also, last season was a disaster. It would have been worse without him and his goals.
You can't say that.
What, you took them 18 Premier League goals away? What,
Yeah,
you like,
no one replaces him.
Marcus Rashford,
Right,
Mason
I
Greenwood.
know I was going to have Ivan Toney, and he would have scored 32.
Yeah, so what about the instead of saying what would have happened that year without
what did
him,
happen then? What did happen? What did happen with Ronnie?
well, what we can say is the year before he signed, we scored more goals than the year he signed.
Yeah.
So,
But then Marcus fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
His form fell. You can't just blame all that on Ronnie.
I'm not blaming it on Ronaldo.
You can't, like, some of those games he didn't even play and Marcus didn't play well. Jadon Sancho arrived and did nothing, if we're being honest, and I've heard you say that many times. Mason Greenwood stopped playing for Manchester United for obvious reasons.
True.
So his goals you're taking away. So I don't think you can say it's all Ronnie's fault. That
I haven't said that it's all Ronnie's fault.
Ronnie is
Why are you
the
saying
one
it's all
player.
Ronnie's fault?
One player last season I actually thought had a good season.
That might be the truth. I still wouldn't sign him again.
I didn't say that Ronaldo was the root of all of our problems last season.
Right.
What I said is
We
have no guarantee.
It doesn't matter because I've got another reason that I'd still sign Ronaldo because I think he goes to City and wins in the Champions League. I really do. I do.
So you're.
All right, Amber.
Yeah.
I think that, but that's just not true.
Would you sign him again? Yes, I would. Because he goes to City and wins them the Champions League if we don't.
That's not real life, Jay. You've made that up.
No, it's
I
not.
think that's actually pretty accurate.
What are you on about?
What do you mean?
What am I about?
All right,
He
then.
gets them over the line.
Does he?
Yeah.
Says who?
Me.
Right.
Us two.
Yeah, us two, you're outvoted.
Absolute
Amber.
bullshit again.
Amber.
This has gone to shit, Annie. Tom Heaton, I saw him at training once. He's my mate. He's a green. Cristiano Ronaldo, he would have done something else, but not the thing you think he would have done. He'd have done the thing I think he would have done, and won
Now,
City in the
also,
Champions
it's not
League.
just that,
Joe,
right?
it's the thing
Bullshit.
we think he would have done.
Also, some of the highlights, there wasn't many for United last season, were Ronaldo ones.
So but we're using the 21-22 season as an example to give anyone a green.
No,
we
I'm not giving
we
him
were
an
the
amber.
worst we've ever been last
given
year.
him an amber, I'm not giving him green.
And I'm not saying you have to give him
Keep
all the
asking
blame.
the questions then, because fucking Jason
You have,
Sanchez
you
ain't
have,
getting a green.
you have to
either.
give him some blame. He
Yeah,
was there.
Yes, getting some blame.
And he's getting
an amber. Yeah. Because I think there's enough there.
He scored 24 fucking goals.
Yeah. Like,
Martial scored 23. You want us to give him a red?
Yeah, and did you see how excited I was when we signed him?
Yeah, it was the feel good story last season
If we
was when
could
he arrived.
signing him again, I'd do. Playing him again, I wouldn't. Signing him was one of the best moments since Fergie left.
The logic and around this table, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's more like it. That's what we're here for.
All right, then
shit we're
Amber
here for.
been outvoted.
Right,
Ronaldo,
thank you.
Amber,
There we fucking
Jadon
go.
Sancho, 76 million quid.
Amber.
So this is the thing though, because you're saying what he's done so far, you're not saying what he's going to do. And what he's done so far has been massively underwhelming.
Yeah.
He got
Like
better towards the end of the season, which is why it's an amber.
the goal at the Etihad, the game against Leeds, very good.
Goal
Game
against
against Chelsea. I mean, if it is amber, it's only just because he was pretty poor last season.
Yeah,
and I feel like if, say for example, I don't want to keep going on about.
He had a couple of good months, but it was the back end. It took him a long time to warm. You got to remember, this is a guy that hasn't played.
And also, if we're going to start naming price tags, we mentioned it for Maguire, we mentioned it for Pogba.
Yeah.
78 million quid or whatever, it's 76.5 million quid. That's not pennies, that. That's one of
same
the
as what we spent on Maguire, pretty much.
That's one of United's biggest ever signings. Yeah. And to score what? I know he's not just a goal scorer, but 3 goals and 3 assists or whatever in the league.
Yeah, but I'd say he's still got resale value. You try getting that from Maguire.
I know, but that's not what we're playing
But
here, is
we've
it?
been looking back rather
not
than forward,
Operation
haven't we? So
resale
what would you
value.
say for Sancho then, based on what he's done for United so far?
Based on what he's done so far, it would be a red.
Okay.
If it were just looking at his performances, I think I
No,
would
'cause
have
I
signed
think
him
the
again.
trend of his performances is trending upwards. I don't think they're trending downwards. I think
True.
they're trending upwards. And that's
Counting,
for
are
me.
you not counting the season then with that?
What?
Or do you think that's this season as well?
This season, that's just carnage, isn't it? If I'm counting this season, I'm counting winning the.
But if we're counting
the
this season,
Bangkok
can we
Cup.
not give Ronaldo a red then for upsetting everyone at the start of what was meant to be a new era for Man United with a new
Hearsay.
manager? Hearsay.
Objection, hearsay.
Steve's favourite band. All right, Sancho.
Mate, he's mad. Miley in class. Calls me outside. Are you fucking kidding me?
Sancho, what are you saying?
Amber.
Sancho, so far underwhelming. I'm going to go with you probably because I think again, looking forward, I expect him to do well. I think he can. I think he's a very good player. So far, I've been massively underwhelmed. I really have, and I think those 3 games we mentioned, Leeds, City, and Chelsea, although the 2 of them especially, he played a part in getting us some points. I just don't think that's enough.
No. And again, he's one who I would still sign again.
Yeah, I would.
Obviously, I think he's still got plenty of time to become
So what are
a
you giving him?
great player. Red?
But if you're saying you'll sign him again, it can't be.
Well, he can.
All right. Well, what's the criteria? If he's saying he's sign him again, does it have to be an amber?
I think it's got to at least be an amber. It can be a green as well, but I would say it's got to be at least an amber. If you're saying you would sign him again, then that can't be written off as abject failure.
But he's only been here 1 year.
All right.
All right, I'll go amber then. If we're making that rule.
All right, amber then.
Right.
No, you've won.
That's the end of it.
Well done. Yeah. You've won everything. Is that it then, yeah?
I mean, we could do the 3 we've just signed.
No.
Shit bag.
Right, that's going to be all from us. Get your thoughts.
Do it. Watch it in a year, see what it says.
Yeah, let's do it. Go on.
In 1 year's time, this is a future prediction, is it?
Yeah.
Ericsson.
Green.
Amber.
Ballon d'Or.
I think amber because he's free.
I think green.
Yeah.
I think you'd be like, wow, I can't believe we got him on a free.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Steve?
Green.
Well, I'm outvoted. Malacia?
Green.
Amber.
I think green.
I think the debate in a few years will be Irwin, Evra or Malacia.
And finally, Alessandro Martinez.
Amber.
Green.
Green.
Amber.
You've
What about
outvoted.
voting? He's green.
Right, give us your thoughts in the comments. There are some mad ones in there. Tom Heaton being what was he?
Green.
That
Is
is
his mate.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Tom Heaton being a
By
green for
proxy,
one.
a friend of his is a friend of mine.
You tell me what he's done wrong.
Yeah.
Kept a clean sheet. That's 100%
The
record.
return of Tom Heaton is the narrative
Yeah.
we all needed.
And remember that everyone people are going to be talking about where they were when Zidane, Iqbal, Charlie Savage and Tom Heaton made their 3 youngster debuts.
That is like, you remember that time in the Olympics 2012 when we got scored when we got those 3 gold medals in the same day?
Yeah.
That is what that
Super
felt
Saturday.
Like. Super Saturday. Yeah, that is like that, isn't it?
Unreal.
This is
Right.
it. It's going to be 9/11, JFK. Where was your note? Thursday
Diana.
night?
Moon landing.
Diana and Tom
then
Heaton's
when
return.
Tom Heaton, Zidane and Charlie all made their debut at the same time.
It's amazing, that, isn't it?
Love that. Fantastic. Thanks for coming on, Steve. Thanks for coming on, Jay.
I love the
Thanks
fact
for coming on
you
me.
got annoyed with the lack of seriousness on some of these answers.
Well, some of them we were genuinely arguing about, and then it's just Tom Heaton. Have you met him? Yeah, green. Right, that's going to be all from us. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Who's a green? Who's a red? Who's an amber? We'll see you in a bit.